Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Just 2019 World Indoor Bowls Championships, live here at Potter's Leisure Resort. And we have the first of the last 16 games on for you this morning. Stewart Anderson versus Jamie Chestney. Should be a firecracker this morning for you. Coming up for the rest of the day as well, some great games all day. Of course, at 1 o'clock we have the mixed pairs final. Nick Brett and Helen Carman plays against Robert Paxton and Ellen Faulkner. Straight after that, Paul Foster MBE takes to the stage against Les Gillett, and then Scott Edwards and Robert Paxton is this evening's game. Straight over now, we pass over to the BBC to introduce your players.
Of his peers on the international circuit. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2016 World Indoor Pairs and former World Indoor Singles Champion, give it up for Stewart Anderson. And this young man is fast becoming one of the young up-and-coming stars of the world circuit, a former World Under-25s Indoor Singles Champion and the 2018 World Indoor Pairs and Mixed Pairs Champion. Give it up for Jamie Chestney!
Thank you, Rishi. Very tasty match, this one. Stewart Anderson, Jamie Chestney know each other very well. Not just from playing on the circuit, but of course playing international events as well for their respective countries. Stewart Anderson coming off the back of a fantastic win in Scotland, where it's fair to say, Andy, it's probably the best we've seen him play for a long time.
Agree. Absolutely outstanding performance against Paul Foster a few months ago. If he keeps that form up, he's going to be a hard man to beat. But I think it's probably fair to say that I think both players are playing with a lot of confidence. That's why this is such a difficult one. Difficult one to predict. But I think it'll be quite simply very entertaining to everybody. Should be a good game.
Yes, two very good drawers, but of course they're also very attacking players. Very close together in the ranking list. Jimmy Chestney almost comes over as a very laconic character, very laid back, but he's very ambitious.
Oh yes, very determined character. Again, he's a bit laid back, but very determined.
One red.
Right away, Jamie not hesitating, sees the target, plays the attacking ball.
He'll not miss with the second one.
He wasn't far away.
It's very typical Jamie Chestney shot, though. He's likes playing the weighted balls.
Great drawing player, but he won't hesitate if the heads build up against him.
Two red.
Same again, Jamie. He's closer. Got a result.
Oh, probably still going to be one down, but the jack will go on the respot, and it's opened it up.
One green. One red.
Stewart shaking his head there. He thought he was closer, so chance for Jamie here. 2 feet to draw the shot.
Well, he looks on a decent line with this one. All about the weight. Will it carry? Well, it's close.
Falling back, might still be red. It's a close one.
Well, that is close. I'll have to get the measure for that, I would think.
Favour green, Stuart.
Slightly favour of the green.
Calling for the umpire. Just too far away.
Yes, I think both players undecided.
Alan Thornhill indicated he just favoured the
Measure for
green.
shot.
Umpire's so good about looking at measures, and one of the umpires who retired a couple of years ago, Sandra McLeish, was in touch with me, just saying how good Andy was at looking at measures when she was umpiring and marking on the rink. So she said, does send her best, Andy.
Yes, funny enough, I got a text yesterday from Sandra. So good luck, Sandra. Thanks for all these encouraging voices you've been passing on to me. We miss you down here.
That went through very easily.
Yes,
there.
yes, it did.
This could be red.
Yes, could be. Yes.
One shot, Stuart Anderson.
Worth measuring. Wonderful crowd in already here at Potter's Resort. This early morning match.
We'll see this length from Stewart quite a bit today. Favours the longer length.
Jack length 29 metres.
Stewart Anderson, very highly respected in the sport, and particularly indoors, where most of his record has been. So I think what we find with Stewart is that he's been a little bit unfortunate in some respects, that in the outdoor game he just happens to be involved in playing in an era where there's just so many good players.
Yes, I mean, I think there is a case for actually knowing why Stewart doesn't actually make the Scottish outdoor elite squad, but yes, I think it's fair to say his indoor record is far superior to his outdoor record, but such a talented pool of players that David Gourley has got a hard choice to make often every year. But I, for one, think Stewart should probably be in that
There's
squad.
only one, Stuart, one red.
I think the problem really is, Andy, that they have been coming back with very good results.
That's true.
You know, the Commonwealth Games in the Gold Coast last year, the haul of medals was fantastic.
Oh, yeah, phenomenal performance. Yes, I'd agree. If you keep performing, it's difficult to change the team. Needs a nick of the jack. I think he just raised it. Maybe 2 or 3 though. This looks better from Jamie. Looks like number 1 coming in.
Doesn't want to get the jack first though. No, just a nudge, that's okay. Shot ball. Stewart will look at this.
1 green.
Going out on the forehand if he wants it.
Uh,
Turn of the jack in the backhand.
yeah, I'd agree. A couple of choices, plant the ball out or keep to the draw. I think he'll just keep to the draw. He's played 3 good balls. Not much correction required really. Just a draw.
Danger's putting a little bit of extra weight on, so it has to be good weight to get back into the jack. He's very close with this.
Oh, I think he's got the jack this time. Oh, that's a great ball. That's a wonderful ball.
Look good all the way.
3 red.
Great ball here from Stewart Anderson. Just missed the jack with his previous delivery. Picks it up that time. Perfect ball, lies 3.
There's nothing easy for Jamie here. It's shot clock's running down, of course. 30 seconds
Timeout
to play
called.
their ball.
Jamie has 4 timeouts remaining.
He's taking a timeout very early in the match. The match consists of 2 9-end sets with a 3-end tie break. Front plant is on. Ball on the jack would be good because there's a deep one. But he's trying to draw.
Yeah, it's a good confidence sign when a player fancies the draw.
As you say, Andy, it's a sign of confidence. Just needs to run though.
It's good effort, but it's 3 down.
That's the only danger.
Free
about it,
shot,
the
Stewart
margins are
Anderson.
so small.
Yeah, percentage-wise, might have been slightly
Sets
more
4-4-0
options on the
after
forehand
2
runner,
eights.
but good to see that he's confident to play the draw.
Jack length 26.5 metres.
Always surprises me just how many bowlers are married or have a partner who play bowls. Stewart's fiancée, Claire. And of course, Jimmy Chestney is married to one of the best players in the outdoor game. Natalie Melmore, as she was. Commonwealth Games gold medalist.
Yeah, Natalie, I'd agree, talented player. Features mostly on the outdoor game. Really enjoy the indoor this much.
Jimmy looks to be taking a bit of a back seat to the outdoor.
Yes, decided to
Gap.
get a little rest
On
next year.
your bowl, gap is 1.5 inches. On Jamie's bowl,
A big loss to
a
the
little bit
English
less.
game.
Yeah. Jamie's holding shot.
For losing players like Jamie's calibre. Good opening balls from both players there. Slightly shorter jack from Stewart. I think if he miscast the jack, I don't think this is the length he would have probably preferred. Oh, that's well played.
Certainly enough.
1 red.
Just lucky, is it?
Just slightly. Good grouping of balls. Just 1 to red.
Stewart has to be so careful. That's good. The only downside is it sort of locks in the green ball a little bit if he's in trouble.
He's came out the traps quickly this morning. Really playing well.
Bit more weight on this one.
Close.
Oh, wow. Oh, that's good shooting, as they say.
Yes, that was acknowledged by Stewart to Jamie. This was so close to touching the jack. Oh. Well, 6 balls. They're all within 13, 14 inches. Good try, Jamie.
Well, the draw's still there. It's a shot in the backhand as well, but I think he'll just try and get to the jack.
Something wrong with this one.
Just dropped it.
One shot, Stuart Anderson.
So after 3 ends,
score 5-0
5-0
after 3
in
ends.
favour of Stewart Anderson, and Jimmy Chestney doesn't look to be playing a game where he hasn't scored yet. He's played some good stuff already, but Stewart, well, as you say, Andy, very consistent right from the word go.
He's carried on his form from Scotland. I mean, I watched the game back home, and I'd agree with you, David. It was just a phenomenal performance.
Well, Paul Foster played well in that final, and he admitted himself there was just absolutely nothing he could do with the way Stewart played. But for me, to restrict Paul to what he did, I just thought, my goodness me, that was very, very impressive.
I think it's as good as I've ever seen Stewart playing.
Now's a chance.
Yes, this is the first time where Stewart's probably going to be 2 down. First time he's going to be in a little bit of trouble.
Jimmy missed it. Well, I think
One
Stewart
green.
will get this one now. 3 bites is too many.
Yeah, I think Jamie will be disappointed with that one. Tried to close the head down. Left it open here for Stewart. Needs to fall in, I think. Should be enough.
One red.
That was the problem with not closing it with the second bowl. You don't get that many opportunities to do that. Now he's having to play a really good shot.
The danger here for Jamie as well is that the red ball's on the way in. Needs to run to be good.
He's not bad with this. Could get a bonus. A touch of the jack, that might make the double.
Good ball.
2 green.
Perfect delivery. Touches the jack, probably brings the short green ball in. Could be line 2. Stewart sticking to the draw, doesn't like that one. Body language suggests he's a bit wide. Probably a bit heavy as well.
Yeah, it's probably the weight more than anything else. But it's good that he knew that that was not right.
Yeah, good sign for a player that he knows that when the ball leaves the hand, he's heavy. That's a good sign. The bad sign is when you release the ball and you end in the top of the jack and you think, whoa.
How did that happen?
Yes, exactly.
So a chance for the spare shot to make it a 3. No reply to this ball.
Looks good.
We're ready to get on the scorecard with a treble.
3 shots, Jamie Chestney.
Set score 5-3 after 4 ends.
Well, both these players played very good opposition in their first match. Jimmy Chestney played James Rippey. Now, James Rippey is a very good England qualifier. He's qualified a number of times and he's a really top-class player. But Jimmy put him down 10-4, 10-4, so he was going well. Stewart Anderson up against one of Scotland's best, Colin Walker, another player who's on the edge for elite squad and various other honours. And it was a tight game, 12-6 and 9-8 in the second set. So certainly both those games could have provided not a surprise because of the quality, Andy, but a good test.
Yes. 2 tough openers really for both players. Jamie changed his hand, laid off the backhand and changed to the forehand. So probably a little bit undecided as to which hand is the best in this direction. Stewart favouring this side of the carpet. Forehand up, backhand down. Not happy with this one though. Not bad.
I think he wanted to make a correction on the line.
1 red.
He knew he'd pushed it out too far. Weight was certainly good enough.
Close now, Stuart. Slightly favour the green ball.
Let's get it on the right. See him later today. Scott Edwards also.
Yeah, both playing later on. This is a loose end from both players. Unusual. Jamie needs to run with this one. But I think he's there. Wow, this is a loose end. We don't get many of these.
No, but when you do get them, you have to take full advantage. You're looking to score a minimum 2 against an opposition who's putting balls a couple of feet away. Jimmy Chesney's finding the centre of the rink without any trouble, but just not getting the weight on this particular end. Especially after picking up a 3, Andy, you really don't want to drop shots.
No, I mean, I think Jamie may be lying here, but this looks like the winner coming in. Falls off the ball, that'll be the shot. Yeah, it's definitely the shot.
One shot, Stewart Anderson.
Final ball from Stewart Anderson. Rests his own, falls in.
Set
takes
score
the shot.
6-3 after 5 ends.
6-3 after 5. Crowd here always large at Potter's Resort. Of course, they're in a situation of having a holiday break here, Andy, so a lot of them are residents. But there's always buses coming in as well.
Yes, people do come in for day visits. But, I agree, crowds are fantastic. Really good. Not many spare seats the whole week, I suspect. It'll be
Chapman,
busy every day.
27.5 metres.
Nice midweek break. We had coach load over from Belfast last week here to watch the match, and well, here for a couple of days. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Most of them for the first time ever.
How many came over, David? Was there quite a few, was it?
Yes, it was about 33, 34.
Oh, good, good,
I think they're trying to book for next year again. Enjoyed it that much.
good. I think it was John McCulloch, wasn't it? I think I
Yes.
saw John in the crowd there.
He's the deputy manager at Belfast Club.
Well, strange that both players have just gone off. It's probably fair to say, David, that the carpet does change slightly due to the temperature out there, so we'll give the players the benefit of the doubt. Say maybe it's got a bit hotter or quicker on the green sometimes.
Atmospheric conditions do
Yes.
affect the portable rink in particular. It does affect. You know, it's you've got a situation where there's people coming in, of course,
One green.
all the way through matches, and it creates just a little bit of heat.
Don't want to get too technical, but I'm not exactly sure what the speed of the green is these days. I mean, they're talking about 17 seconds around about
I
that.
think
is it?
round about 17.
Right.
One red.
This looks a flat line from Jamie. I don't think he'll get away with that line. This will go. Oh.
Not too far after the touch, though.
Yeah, see, the touch helped.
One red.
That's actually put it into a very good position.
Stewart, got to be a bit careful here. This might be a position ball here from Stewart. We see the right-hand side. It's the green balls that are in position.
Draw another one in the backhand. If you slide past the green, it's good. Just a little bit far. Slightly over the weight. Chance for Jamie to turn the jack. Not easy.
Yeah, difficult shot on this side, but Jamie plays this side quite well. Doesn't mind the forehand, I don't think, in this direction. Chance here.
Well, it looks like it might be going stronger at
Yeah, I
this.
think he has.
Yep. He's decided to go for the ball clean.
Close. Just on the high side.
Usual high side.
One shot, Stewart Anderson.
Hard to get back on that forehand. You almost feel like when you
Set
let it
score
go,
7-3
Andy, that it's
after
going to
6
be
ends.
good. And then it just seems to straighten
Yes,
off.
yes, it does. Most players are playing that hand now. Give it a little bit of grasp, but I'd agree. Sometimes it just holds a line. It's back to Stuart's normal length. I think think he miscast the jack the last time in this
Jack
direction.
length 29.5 metres.
Stewart just missing his line, and that forehand is waving away at the arm with it, and hasn't really managed to get the terms of that forehand. It's a funny old hand, and
Yes, he's just playing it too high, isn't he?
the weight's good so often, but there's no guarantee of coming back.
I think Stewart's experienced enough. If he knows that he's starting to struggle a little bit with the forehand, I'm sure he'll just change to the backhand. He is with this ball, but this might be the hand that he might feel he wants to lead on. The line is good. How's your weight?
Good effort, that was whizzing back into the head.
It was far away.
Big end now, N7. Jimmy Chestney really needs to get something in this one.
He's trying to push the ball out. You know he's on a tighter line.
Needs to hold a little bit. Just not lovely weight for the job.
Yes.
Bowl out or jack is good.
That hand teases you, trying to play the perfect shot, but it's difficult. Oh, Jamie, body language suggested he doesn't like that one, but it doesn't look too bad a line.
I think it's the weight. Yep, they knew it was just past. That's the overcorrection from the short bowl
One green.
that caused that. Chance for Stuart Anderson to put this set to bed.
Stewart running down, trying not to use any timeouts. A tempting yard-on type shot here, but I think it'll just be the draw. The line was good. It might just be too heavy.
Well, chance for Jimmy Chestney to add another. Sort of shot that you need to make if you're going to get something out of this set.
Yeah, this is a chance for Jamie. A good couple of red balls that he could rest and he would score. Needs this one to count. Looks good.
That's a really good double.
Two shots, Jamie Chestney.
Set score 7-5 after 7 ends.
2 ends to go. It's very doable for Jimmy Chestney to get something out of this, but Stuart Anderson's still favourite.
Jack length 27 metres.
The mat, as you'll see there, has been brought up a little bit from Jamie. Keeping the jack on the tee, but the mat has been brought up slightly further.
These two players have played against each other before. And Jimmy Chestney is 2-0 up on that little mini battle.
Can't recall. When did the last play? Do you have that record or not?
No, but it will be available.
I thought I'd give you an awkward question in the morning. Normally,
You mean you're going to keep me up tonight thinking about that?
Normally, you would have had an answer. Yes, they played in 2016.
Well, I could have made it up, and then I thought I'd better not.
One green.
I can't recall them playing too often.
It was coming to my mind about Blackpool because Jimmy Chestney won that event.
Yeah, it's a good call.
But I wasn't sure what year it was. But we have little gurus around the place.
Yes,
that,
we do. I suspect that information might come in
Two green.
shortly to you.
Well, it has come in, yes. It was the final of Blackpool in the International Open. They're like little hamsters out there in the wheel.
Yes.
You know, and they're just chasing around that wheel, gathering up information so they can pop it out the
Yes.
other side.
Martin Gale, he's the man with all the stats. He might be in with some information shortly. This is a good try here from Stewart. This looks a perfect ball if he falls in. There he has. That's a great ball.
Brilliant effort. It's been good with Jimmy Chestney for a while
One
there,
red.
but Stewart snatched that away. And really, Jimmy's got one bowl here to effectively save the set.
Yes, wonderful ball that. He was 2 down. Difficult head now for Jamie. He's given this a try.
Just the wrong side of the ball. Needed the jack.
Good effort, Jamie.
But he knows it's going to hurt.
One red.
Yes, he's going to be dropping a 3. Well, he's going to be at least 3 down playing the last end, possibly 4. Great effort.
3 balls within 6 inches, and
Yeah.
he knows himself from that reaction that this first set's almost gone now. You wouldn't put it past Stuart Anderson to add another.
I think he's playing on the safe high side here. He's probably happy with the 1. Yeah, keeping away from it.
Yeah, it's the old high line. Let the ball drift back, jack high. Beautiful weight for the job.
One shot. Stuart Anderson.
Better to go into the last end with 3 up than take a risk.
Set score 8-5 after 8 ends.
Jimmy Chestney has done very well in the last few years to go through the qualifiers and to win a WBT event. The one he's won was in Blackpool, as we were mentioning, but he's played 41 matches WBT and won 25 of them, so pretty good batting average. A lot of that would have been from the early days, of course, the matches he lost. The longer you're in the system, the more chances you have of winning more matches. Stuart Anderson, 74 matches with 47 wins. And that's reflected in his 2 titles.
I was hearing yesterday, is it David Gurley who's competed the most on the portable rink? Is that correct?
That is correct, over 200 matches. Yes, David's been around a very long time from the days of winning the World Singles in 1996. And again, his rate of winning is very high because although he wasn't world champion after that, hasn't been world champion after that, he's been the world #1 about 6 times, so
Yeah, very consistent, David.
a lot of finals he's been in.
Good ball from Stewart there. Makes it harder now for Jamie to score the 3.
has to be reaching with this.
Yeah, I don't think he's far away. It's a good try here. Pushes the red ball out. Well played.
Ball solid is good. And he's pushed enough for the double.
1 green.
1. It's going to be hard to get at that red ball, but any touch in the jack, Andy, and it's over.
That's right. So just a draw here for Stewart. Still difficult for Jamie to score the 3. Well, moves that jack, it becomes impossible. Oh,
There's been maybe a little bit unfortunate there because the 2 red balls can disappear with a running shot.
yeah, I'd agree. Catches the last ball, he could remove the 2 shot balls.
Well, he's going for it. Oh, this looks narrow.
Needs to be fortunate. Needs green ball onto the red ball. Oh,
That's the end of it. He knows it.
yeah, good try, Jamie.
3 red.
Well, he's got 2 balls on the right-hand side of the green, so he's still got a slight chance of 3. Obviously, he needed a better connection. We could see 2 green balls there on the left.
He knows that it's those balls will be covered by Stewart Anderson. What Stewart's worried
Timeout
about
called.
here, Andy, is all 3 of the red
Stewart
balls
has 4
going.
timeouts remaining.
Yeah, it's almost a case of you can't cover everything, so... I'm lucky to see the 3 red. So it'll be interesting where Stewart goes here. He's had a look at the angles.
I think I would go deep. I think there's less chance of the 3 balls going out than what there is of the jack going on the respot. So.
I'd agree. I think the respot looks favourite.
That's what Stewart's looking for, to split the 2 green balls.
That's good. That's very good.
As soon as he stops, that's it.
Splits the green ball, covers the spot. Perfect ball. Oh, I think Jamie's just had a little chat with him saying...
Thanks very much for that.
Not quite sure how I'm going to get 3 here.
Well, it's a snooker shot, isn't it,
Oh,
really?
yeah.
He's going to have to play the 2 balls out and hope to run through for the 3rd one. And that would be very fortuitous, just the way they're sitting. Has to play it, though.
Just going fast.
Four shots, first set. Stewart Anderson.
I think Jimmy Chestney played well in that first set, but Stewart Anderson just so ultra consistent. Turning jacks, turning balls. Score doesn't really reflect the set.
No, I don't think it was a 12-5 set. I think Stewart was the better player.
Jack length 27.5 metres.
But I wouldn't write this man off. Sticking to the jack on the tee.
Well, two balls in receiving position for Stewart Anderson, but also a target for Jamie.
Yeah, this looks good. Doesn't want to move the jack.
Very good indeed. Everything in a line.
2 green.
Single ball target, not easy.
I think it should still
Your
be
ball's
the
past.
backhand
The
draw, I
gap
think, for
is
Stewart.
12
The
inches.
way he's drawing, I think he could still draw this. Probably a 2-3 inch gap. Just going to dive.
2 green.
I see all the balls on the centre line, so they're picking the line.
Yeah. No need to go near the jack with this. The target's the 2 red balls just beyond the jack. That's where you want to lie on those, make a 3. Doesn't want to bring the jack out into the open. No, he didn't even bother. He just drew it cold. It is, Andy, but it's offered up a chance to Stewart Anderson that wasn't there before.
Well, there is a chance on the
3 green.
forehand if he fancies the forehand. It's certainly not a backhand shot now. Forehand looks good. Move the jack a foot. Difficult shot, but chance of a 3 here for Stewart, but he's 3 down.
Yes, that's what I was saying, not to go near the jack because it was well hidden.
Just brought it out. Oh, he's playing the runner. Looks to be under.
He's looking for the front plant into everything to move the jack out onto the respot. Missed it. But, good start for
3
Jamie
shots,
Chestney.
Jamie Chestney.
Big 3.
First end, 0-3.
Norwich fans. I was coming here last week and they were just coming off the train for the Friday night
Jack
match.
26.5 metres.
Doing quite well, weren't they, this year?
How's your old team doing, Andy? Should I mention that?
Yeah, it's good. Okay, Channel Athletic are in League One, about 4th from top, so we're doing okay.
In with the fight.
Yes.
Charlton Athletic.
Yes, we're not bad. We're not bad. The glory days will return.
From the 1920s.
Not as long ago as that. Jamie really has started the set well. Some commentators curse that one, isn't it?
Absolutely. I was just thinking of, don't say it.
I know.
Second ball, dropping short by some 3 feet.
One red.
Well, that's the problem if you don't close it down with the second ball. Opposition gets in. Now Jimmy needs to play a really good one, ideally splitting between the red ball and the jack. Not there. Stewart Anderson will be
One
looking
red.
to lengthen this jack a bit.
Yes, any movement, he's got all the position behind. Stewart's looking at this one.
Oh, he had absolutely perfect weight for the trail.
Certainly did. I think Jamie will going to have to be aware of that. Position behind is bad.
He's better with this, but still on the wrong side of the red and still the trail on.
Yeah, the trail's a difficult shot. It's
One
not
red.
an easy shot to play on the carpet, but I'd agree. Any movement of the jack, Jamie was good weight, just on the high side. Any movement of the jack, as I say, could be 3 or 4. Line's good.
Oh, he's close with this one. Needs a full contact. Don't think he's made the 3. Very close.
2, possibly 3. This is very good. Great attempt to push the ball through.
2 shots, Stewart Anderson.
Set score 2-3 after 2 ends. Jack length 29.5 metres.
Jimmy Chestney there, he's just had a loosish end, but actually playing at the Exonia club. Actually plays with an old friend of mine, Ian Bond.
Yes, Bondi, your old pairs winner.
Yes,
partner.
yes, does that. Strong club as Exonia now. Players like Sam Tolchard, Louis Rideout, Robert Paxson. Probably now the strongest club in England.
Well, it's a nice part of the country as well. Indeed.
Yeah, down in Exeter.
Favour 1 green.
Yes, Ian Bond was a firm favourite at the tour.
Yeah, enjoyed my time with Ian.
Very successful player.
Still playing international bowls, but decided that World Bowls Tour is no longer for an interest, really. Still playing well.
Jimmy could do with a touch of this jack to take the danger away from the front red ones.
Something not right about this one. Chance here for Stewart. That ball looks inviting on the forehand side. Just trying to remove the ball.
Well, he's certainly looking at it, Andy. You know, he's walking down, looking at the gaps and the angles, and depends how much weight he wants to use. He's got his own bowl to promote, but he doesn't want to get anywhere near the jack.
It's quite wide in the forehand, so I think there's 2 or 3 chances here he can get the ball out.
He's certainly interested.
Well, he's not high.
Oh, that hurts. Oh, wow. Goodness me. Look at Jamie. Well, he was off target, but not only just did he get the big wick,
Three red.
but he actually made the gap. and took the other one out.
What a result. Well, here we go. He's tight, he's under. But catches the green.
The 2 green balls,
Oh,
Andy.
dear.
Oh, that is, oh dear, oh dear.
To be fair to Stewart, he did acknowledge it.
Well, that's horrible.
Oh dear, that's not a good one. Anyway, we all
Time
get
out
them.
called.
That's part of the game.
Jamie has 3 timeouts remaining.
Jamie, just got to compose yourself really here and try to draw the shot. Suspect he's not feeling too good at the moment after that result. Oh, he's running.
Yeah, but I can't blame him, actually.
He's in the area. Needs the jack. Oh, great strike.
A wee bit unlucky to get his own goal on the way through, but he's probably made 2 out of it.
Just got the one, I think.
Just the one.
1 shot, Jamie Chestney.
Yes, he took his own ball off on the way through.
Yes, he did.
But it was a
Set
very
score-
good recovery.
Set score 2-4 after 3 ends.
Good ball. Really good ball.
Yes, very good ball. Good running ball. Picked up the jack clean. There we see it. And then it removes his deep ball.
Yep. He had a green ball the other side. I thought that might have been in, but it wasn't.
Jack length 27.5 metres.
Good game. Lots of things happening, isn't it?
Well, it's quality stuff. We're getting good shot play, little trail shots, which are very hard, very difficult to play on the portable rink, and a lot of good draw shots as well.
Yeah, both players playing well. An entertaining game.
All depends how you feel about playing in the mornings as well, Andy. You know, it's a good time because you get practice beforehand. We've got that half an hour, so in many respects it's good for that. A lot of players don't like playing in the mornings, but I think it's actually quite good.
Yeah, I think it's quite a good time to play. I think the most awkward time is probably the second slot in the afternoon after the finals and the crowd disappear and start to coming back. That's probably the most awkward time.
Yes, and you don't get much practice time. You only get the 2 ends.
Exactly.
So the warm-up is lacking in terms of opportunity.
Well, that slot this afternoon, that's Paul Foster against Les Gillett. I'm looking forward to that one.
Yeah, that's definitely a bit tasty, that one.
Two green.
Needs to run with this one, Stewart.
Just dropping away. Another foot of weight, he would have held to it.
Two green.
Still 2 green.
Only a slight correction needed.
Yeah, I think Stewart's weight was good. It's just a draw, it just needs to be slightly wider.
wider with this one.
Oh, I think he's drawn the shot. Oh, that's trouble there.
So typical of Stewart Anderson, isn't it?
One shot, Stewart Anderson.
It's 2 down. Only had about
Set
3
score
inches.
3-4 after 4 ends.
Perfect resting off the green ball. Drops him for shot.
Well, in the context of the set, that was very important. He certainly didn't want to go 6-2 down.
Shot length 29 metres.
Here, International Arena, Potter's Resort.
I think this jack is on the tee here. Almost every single end in this direction. Whether the mat is up or the mat is back. It just seems to be this no tactical change by either player, really.
No, so we're waiting to see whether they'll pop in a 23, 24 metre jack length. Who's going to make that big change?
Both players are obviously happy with where the jack is, but normally the player behind will try to change it slightly.
Two.
Don't think you'll get away with that line, Jamie. I think this will definitely go.
That gets fairly punishing at the end of his travel. Good weight for the job.
Yeah, always a good way.
Two
Always
red.
on the narrow line. The game's been played at a good pace, really. I don't think either player have used a timeout. Well, might have been one each, but not many. Played fairly quickly, which is good.
He really wanted to get past that. It would have been a very good position ball.
Sometimes just holds out on that backhand a little bit. This looks a better line from Jamie. Still diving though. Always held up. Oh. Very good ball from Jamie. It's a difficult shot to play that.
Two green.
It's very slightly over the weight. Touching the ball. Missed the ball, he was getting clean jack.
Well, this looks quite an inviting target here for Stewart. Looks like a backhand runner. He's in the area. How's your luck?
Yeah, he was in the area.
Yeah.
As soon as he got into that pocket, it was always going to be a chance of getting something, and the ball
red.
out and the run through. There's no need to apologise in that situation
Yeah,
because it
yeah.
wasn't a lucky ball. It
Exactly. There was
he
a nice funnel there.
Yep.
Always going to get that result. Well, Jamie's still got at least 2 feet here to draw the winner. Looks good.
Good end of balls.
That's very good.
One shot, Jamie Chestney.
Balls. Heads changing
Set score
quite a bit.
3-5
Here's Jamie's
after 5
final
ends.
delivery. Perfect draw.
Yes, he made it look easy, but it wasn't.
No,
House lights bright enough for the players, and
Jack length
For us.
26.5 metres.
used to be years ago the massive banks of lights, and if you remember them, the heat that was
Yes.
generated from those.
Yeah, it's not quite as warm on the green now. It's still warm, but it's not to a degree. Many years ago, it used to be slightly hot.
Yes, that and longer matches, of course, and quite often averaging 2.5 to 3 hours. And the physical side was different, no doubt about that.
I think we've had some singles games, David. I'm sure 3-4 hours at times, but you know they were just
Hard going.
yes, long games really. It was a good few years ago.
When we were young and fit.
Yes, probably helps us older players now that the game's
We
been
changed it
shortened.
especially for you. You knew that.
I know.
Shorten the games down. So, well, shorten the games down, and he's going to go on longer.
Yes, hour and a half's maximum for me. Oh, Stewart. Well, that's blocked his hand as well.
Bit of a loose one at the moment for Stuart Anderson.
Yes, I think he's going to have to change to the backhand. That ball on the left of the screen, that looks to be right in the line of his road. Number 3 going in.
I say it's a bit loose, and it's just so unusual
3 green.
for the two players to be playing balls even 2 feet away. There's the change. It's all down to weight. The line's beautiful. Could bounce back for second.
1 green.
He'll be happy enough with that.
Yes, second ball's the target. Doesn't want to drop a crazy 3 or 4. No, Jamie doesn't like this one. I think he's on the high side.
Yep, just push through it.
There we see Stewart's target. Shot ball 6 inches behind, just a draw.
Well, the noise you're hearing there was just the shot clock. Fortunately, it didn't put Stuart Anderson off as he plays a brilliant ball. First 2 a bit loose. Third one cut down from 3 to 1. And he draws his shot. with the
1
last
shot,
ball.
Stuart Anderson.
Wonderful
Set
last ball.
score 4-5 after 6 ends.
I was just thinking we hadn't had a malfunction with the shot clock so far this week, but now it's arrived. Fortunately, the ball had gone.
Yes, it had. Yes, it happens occasionally.
Jack length
Anybody sleeping
29
in the
metres.
audience would certainly have been awoken now.
Yes, it is fairly noisy. I think it's
Yes,
fair to say,
yes,
Andy.
yes.
Fairly noisy.
Yeah. Wakes us all up. to the business end of the set now. Jamie line the shot. Looking to score probably more than one here. Trying to put him in a good position in the final couple of ends of the set. It's two good openers. Bring away.
Yes, I always think if you win the first set, you just want to be in touch in the last two ends of the second set, because you know that the player who's lost the first set has to chase it.
Yes. You know, Jamie made a good start, and I think he's played better in the second set. This is a good try here. Clear run, gets the jack.
Just dropped off the edge. Close though.
One green.
Still green, I think.
Yes, confirmed there. Won the green, but it'll be a move to the forehand. Our rings confirm it as well. Jimmy Chestney, no choice but to move to the forehand, but that's a useful ball. Don't think Stewart will be playing any weight to this. He knows a little nudge on his own will be enough. It slides it across the carpet by an inch.
Yeah, it looks tempting to play the forehand. Any trail with a jack, but it's such a difficult shot. I think, Stewart, I'd agree with you. I think he'll play the backhand. I know he's trying it. Well, this is a hard shot.
Yeah, this is difficult.
Easier on the backhand, but well, maximum result if he picks the jack up. It's close.
Yeah, but it was a lower percentage shot, Andy, because it had to be so pure. It's had to be so accurate.
It had to be on the high side, just hoping to come out.
And by turning that ball over, he's actually giving Jamie more room now to get a second shot. Would have been hard to add the way it was before.
Jamie playing the backhand, playing the safer side. Can't really give it away on this side. Don't think he's running with this one.
Now, I think that was
One
down to
shot,
a missed
Jamie
chance the
Chestney.
way these guys are playing.
Yeah, I thought Jamie might have played the forehand. I think he doesn't mind the forehand in this direction. That was a chance.
Set score 4-6 after
Still
7
keeps him in the lead. 6-4.
A double there would have just given you that little bit more of a cushion.
Yes. Jamie 2 up. Probably needs one of the final two ends to seal the set.
Set length 29 metres.
Well, it's good to see our usual supply of jelly babies has not dissipated too much. The phantom jelly baby snatcher is not with us this year.
I think you quite like these, don't you?
Well, I've eased back a lot, but we used to have quite a supply, and then you would come back in after a 5-minute break or something, and half the supply would have been snatched away. But
The production crew have not been in this morning.
well, our esteemed colleague Dave Kenyon's not with us this year.
Yeah,
So.
all the best, Dave. I hope you're listening. We miss you down here.
But we have a wonderful replacement in Leo, which is good. But he doesn't like jelly babies, so that's even better.
Ends have been slightly looser in this direction. Players just struggling probably to find the centre of the green. There we go, we're missing the line. I think it's always looser in this. I'm not quite sure of that, why that
One
is.
green.
No, but it appears to be the case, and this is a loose end. This is exactly what Jamie Chestney did not want. He wanted this end to be very, very tight, try and gather a single shot.
Yeah, but all the players have just struggled to find the centre. Not quite sure of that. This is struggling as well.
Wow. That is very, very strange.
Chance here for Jamie. One ball on the top of the jack here. He's almost guaranteed to win this end. Line's fair.
Yep. Doesn't want the jack. He wants to miss the jack because he's lying single. Well, it's a much better shot, but no, there's a shake of the head. He knew if he missed that, he would be line 2, which would have given him a chance to be 4 up into the last end. Now, Stewart Anderson might be tempted to run this a little bit because on the respot, he'll get it.
Timeout called. Stewart has 3 timeouts remaining.
Timeout. Plenty left. But there is an opportunity to spring this.
We've got a good view here. It's not a big target, this. Well, almost just half a ball he could see.
And he's going for it. Will he get down in time? It's very close.
He's got it.
Yeah. And that was the problem for Jamie Chestney. As soon as he touched the jack, he offered an opportunity that wasn't there before.
There's one to Stewart, I think.
Yeah, on the respot, and they're looking at the second one.
I think it's just the one.
One shot, Stewart Anderson.
That was a big ball. Really big ball from Stewart. He was struggling to win the set apart.
Set score 5-6 after 8 ends.
Oh, we could see it, Andy. As soon as that jack moved, he brought that other red ball into play. If Jamie had missed the jack with his last ball, then that shot wouldn't have been on.
Yeah, Jamie was probably unlucky that he finished on the side of the jack as opposed to catching it square. So, but well, quite simply, Jamie Chestney's got to win this end to stay in the championships. And this is a different length. Don't know whether that's deliberate or not. That's 2 metres shorter than what they've been playing in this direction. I don't think Stewart would have wanted it there. I would have thought he would have been wanting this on the tee. Good opener.
Well, this has to be played almost like a tie-break end for Jamie.
Yeah, I think he will be. I don't think he'll be hanging back with the running ball shortly. This is close for drawing the shot. Needs to hold up. That's perfect.
Good solid connection in the middle of the running surface.
He's in the area. He's got close. A big chance. Well played, Stewart Anderson.
First time, back again. That's going to force Jimmy into playing the forehand. Oh, is he going to run at this?
Yeah, well, fair enough. Reasonable target, but this one needs to hold up. He's got this. Well played, Jamie. Oh, the toucher has gone. Yeah. Oh, that's a bad result.
Yeah, but he knows it.
Oh dear, Jamie, unlucky.
And it's very close to the edge of the ditch as well.
Oh, this is hard now for Jamie.
He's going to have to draw to the edge.
Oh, that was a great strike. There's the toucher coming through.
They've been hoping for the respot there, Andy.
Oh, that's hard. It's hard now for Jamie to draw this.
Well, the thing about this is there's absolutely no decision making with regards to what shot to play.
Timeout called. Stewart has 2 timeouts remaining.
Oh, the forehand is out of action, and these 2 red and green balls at the top of the screen there, they might be blocking the path on the backhand. So this is difficult for Jamie. Easier head this for Stewart now. He's lying.
Well, not only that, but he can afford to reach this, because if he pushes his own ball even a foot, it's going to get closer and closer. It's a toucher, so he can't do any harm by arriving.
So it was easier in this situation when you're lying the shot.
Oh,
this goes in the ditch, it doesn't really matter.
I wouldn't have been too concerned about that one. Oh, Jamie, choices. Do you go for the edge of the ball to try and run it off the rink because he's got 2 balls left, or does he try and draw it?
Well, he's very undecided, but I think he's got to try to draw this.
Well, Stewart's ball wasn't coming back much. Wow.
Well,
oh, that's a narrow
he's
line.
got to avoid the short balls first of all. I think he's missed them.
It's got to be inside it.
It's going to be, oh dear, I feel sorry for Jamie here, because this looks so difficult to get the shot.
Well, even getting the edge of the ball is not guaranteed.
Well, I think that helps. That probably helps.
One red.
He's going to have to probably try to slice the red ball out of the green here, off the green.
Nightmare shot. Well, Stewart's interested in this one. If he can miss his own ball.
He's wrecked. Oh, these balls are in the way. Well, Jamie, I think you've got to try to cut this ball off.
He's looking at a quarter ball either side. This is tough.
Yeah,
Time out
shot.
call.
He's a good striker, so I don't think he'll be far away here.
Jamie has 2 timeouts remaining.
It's the only shot he's got on here.
Yeah.
Cut the ball off.
No, he's driving at it.
No, he doesn't like it.
No. He knew out of the hand. It was a tough shot.
One shot, second set
Had to
tie,
play
and
it.
the match to Stewart Anderson.
For long periods of that second set, it looked like we were going into a tie break. But Stewart Anderson finishes off with 2 singles to draw the set. Fair to say, I think Jamie was a little bit unlucky with his last ball in the 8th end, and again in that strike was a bit unlucky where it all finished up. But Stewart Anderson very consistent.
Yeah, played very well, Stewart did. Jamie, I'd agree, last few ends the luck didn't basically go with him, but you know, that's balls and that's what happens. But especially that final ball, it was hard to just cut the ball off. But Stewart Anderson played well.
Well, we all expected a very nice game with these two. It really was tasty as soon as we looked at it and thought, that's a heck of a second round match. Very closely ranked, very closely matched, but Stewart Anderson got out of the blocks very quickly. That was his second end when he turned the jack for 3. Jimmy Chestney just missing the running balls. And once again, getting a very bad result. And then, just occasionally you get a good one. Stewart Anderson took the first set, 12 shots to 5. And Jimmy Chestney was still attacking heads and not getting the best result, as you can see from that reaction. But Stewart Anderson, yeah, well, I think he realised that it was a good game, but he just held it together at the right time. So ends 1, 12 against 6, and shot score. Well, that favours Stewart Anderson. He did play well. Probably thinks it maybe a little bit looser in the second set. Jimmy Chestney, a little bit unfortunate in the second set, but it's Stewart Anderson through to the quarterfinals.
Thanks, Corky. And he did play well. He's alongside me now, Stewart Anderson. Stuart, Corky in commentary just saying played very well in the first set, a little bit looser in the second. How well do you think Jamie served it up to you in the second?
Well, if I'm all honest, I think I played well the first set, just managed over the line. The second set, I thought I deserved a tie-break. It's just because Jamie probably dominated the second set. Wee bit of luck here and there. I know I got a big luck in Jamie running the jack in the ditch, but last ball there, Jamie's very unfortunate again to get it full. And fortunately, it was my day today, but did deserve a tie-break.
What was the difference between how you played in the first and the second? Why so?
I wish I knew. I wish I knew, but no, listen, the carpet's very fast, it's very tricky, and just have to concentrate on it and just try and muck down and get on with it. But nah, I'm just glad to go over the line and end up.
And as someone who's won this title before, I guess you know how important it is that in this part of the tournament, at least, it's just a question of getting over the line, because you can pick up your form as it progresses.
Yes, I think all the winners would say you just want over the line the first couple of games, and then hopefully progress, as you say, as the tournament goes on. But just hopefully, got a couple of days off now, so I'll get a lot of practice in and then see how Friday morning goes.
What do you do for those couple of days off here at Potters, apart from the practice?
Watch games. That's the best I can say, really. Watch some of the games and see how the players are performing, and obviously watch my pal Darren, Alex and Paul play and see how the Scottish boys are doing.
They're doing very well so far. Well done, Stewart. Congratulations. Stewart Anderson becomes the first player who is through to the next round, having come through in the first match.
Well, that was an exciting game this morning, ladies and gentlemen, but don't forget we've got some more games coming up for you for the rest of the day, so stay with us live on the streaming here, provided by World Bowls Tour. Coming up this afternoon, 1 o'clock, Nick Brett and Helen Carman versus Robert Paxton and Ellen Faulkner. Straight after that, Paul Foster MBE takes the stage again against Les Gillett. And then tonight's game, 7:30, Scott Edwards versus Robert Paxton. Enjoy your lunch and join us again at 1 o'clock.